Passive income sounds peaceful. Money coming in while you sleep. Earnings without constant effort. Freedom from the 9-to-5 routine. For many middle-class workers, that idea feels like an escape plan. After long work hours, traffic, rising expenses, and limited savings, passive income sounds like relief. Not luxury, relief. But here's the quiet truth. No one explains clearly. Most people don't fail at passive income because they are lazy. They fail because they misunderstand what passive actually means. And that misunderstanding can cost time, money, and confidence. Today, we're going to separate fantasy from reality. Not to discourage you, but to protect you. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. The goal is clarity, because clarity saves more money than hype ever will. Let's start with the biggest myth. The myth that passive income means no work. In reality, almost every sustainable passive income stream requires one of two things at the beginning: significant effort or significant capital. Sometimes both. The word passive doesn't mean effortless. It means front-loaded effort or front-loaded investment. Think of it this way. Active income is when you trade time directly for money. You work an hour, you get paid for that hour. Passive income is when you build or buy something that continues to produce value after the initial effort. But that initial effort is often invisible in online conversations. For example, consider dividend investing. Many people imagine buying a few stocks and receiving steady monthly income immediately. But in reality, dividends are a percentage of invested capital. If someone invests a small amount, the dividend payments will also be small. To generate meaningful income, you either need a large portfolio or many years of consistent investing and reinvesting. That requires patience, discipline, and time, not shortcuts. Another example is rental property. On the surface, it looks simple. Buy a property, rent it out, collect income. But behind that simplicity are down payments, maintenance costs, tenant management, market risks, legal paperwork, and periods without rent. It can become semi-passive over time, especially with proper management, but it is rarely effortless from day one. Digital products are often marketed as easy passive income streams. Online courses, ebooks, YouTube channels, print and man stores. What's rarely discussed is the front-loaded creative labor. Months of content creation, learning marketing, testing ideas, handling technical issues. Many creators spend years building an audience before income becomes stable. So here's the first shift in thinking. Passive income is not about escaping work. It is about shifting the type of work you do. Instead of working for today's paycheck only, you work to build an asset that can pay you repeatedly. That asset could be financial capital, intellectual property, or a business system. Now let's talk about why passive income feels so emotionally attractive. Because most people are tired. Tired of relying on a single paycheck. Tired of feeling financially fragile. Tired of knowing that if they stop working, income stops. Passive income represents security. It represents a second engine, and that desire is completely reasonable. The problem begins when urgency replaces patience. When someone feels behind financially, they often look for acceleration. And the internet offers acceleration narratives everywhere. Earn while you sleep. Make money without effort. Build wealth fast. But building stable passive income usually follows a slower path. Let's simplify it. There are generally three realistic categories of passive income for ordinary people. First, capital-based income. This includes dividends, bonds, rental income, or other investment returns. The key requirement here is capital. If you have savings invested consistently over time, those investments can generate returns. But returns are proportional to capital and market performance. There are no guaranteed high returns, and growth usually requires patience and reinvestment. Second, skill-based digital assets. This includes content creation, digital products, online courses, or apps. The main requirement here is skill and time. You invest effort upfront, often without immediate payback. Over time, if the asset provides real value and reaches an audience, income may become recurring. But this path requires consistency and learning. Third, business systems. This might include building a small, scalable business where processes run even when you're not present daily. However, this usually requires leadership, delegation, and risk tolerance. It starts as active work before becoming partially passive. Notice something important. In all three categories, the word build is central. Passive income is built, and building takes time. Now, let's address another myth, the myth of overnight scale. Many people underestimate the time horizon required. They start something expecting income in 3 months. When results are slow, they assume it doesn't work. But passive systems often follow delayed reward curves. In the beginning, effort feels high and income feels low. Over time, if consistency continues, the curve can shift. This is similar to compounding. Compounding does not look dramatic in year 1. It becomes noticeable after years of disciplined input. The same principle applies to many passive income systems. Now, here's something practical. Before chasing passive income, financial stability should come first. Emergency savings, basic debt control, consistent budgeting. Why? Because building passive income often requires upfront investment, either money or time. And if your financial base is unstable, risk tolerance is low, stress increases, impatience increases, and impatience leads to poor decisions. Passive income works best as an extension of stability, not as a rescue plan from crisis. Another important shift is understanding that small passive income streams are still meaningful. Many people ignore opportunities because the income seems small, but $5,000 per month invested consistently over years can grow significantly. Small rental profit, small dividend payments, small digital sales. When reinvested, small streams can expand. The goal is not dramatic freedom overnight. The goal is gradual reduction of dependency on one income source, and that shift is powerful. Let's also talk about mindset. If someone approaches passive income with the expectation of ease, disappointment is likely. If someone approaches it with the mindset of building an asset patiently, resilience increases. Ask yourself, am I looking for escape, or am I building leverage? Escape thinking leads to shortcuts. Leverage thinking leads to systems. There's also a hidden cost people rarely consider: attention. Every passive income idea demands focus, research, learning. Trying too many ideas at once often leads to shallow progress in all of them. Focused effort on one realistic path tends to produce better results than chasing multiple trends. So what actually works for ordinary people? Consistency, realistic expectations, skill development, long-term investing, reinvesting returns, gradually increasing capital, not because it's exciting, but because it's sustainable, and sustainability is underrated. Financial freedom is rarely built through dramatic moves. It is built through calm repetition, investing monthly even when markets fluctuate, creating content even when views are low, improving skills even when growth feels slow. Over time, these actions can create assets that work with you. Notice the phrase, with you, not instead of you, at least not in the beginning. Eventually, if systems mature and assets grow, income may require less daily effort. But the foundation was built intentionally. If you are exploring passive income, here's a reflective question. Are you trying to escape your current job, or are you trying to strengthen your financial position? The second mindset creates better decisions, because passive income is not a magic solution. It is a strategy, and strategies require patience, risk awareness, and discipline. There are no guaranteed outcomes. Markets fluctuate, businesses face competition, digital platforms change algorithms. Risk is part of any income system. The goal is not eliminating risk. The goal is managing it intelligently. In the end, passive income is less about sleeping while money flows and more about planting seeds that may grow over time. Some seeds grow slowly, some fail, some succeed unexpectedly. But seeds only grow if planted consistently and cared for patiently. So if you decide to pursue passive income, approach it calmly. Build your base first. Choose one path aligned with your skills or capital. Commit long enough to see realistic results. Reinvest gains instead of consuming them immediately. And remember, financial independence is usually gradual, not dramatic. If this perspective helped you see passive income more clearly, stay connected for more grounded conversations about money. Not hype, not shortcuts, just steady understanding. Because in finance, clarity is more powerful than excitement. And clarity is what helps ordinary people build extraordinary stability over time.